Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Seth here. Before I jump into the video, I just wanted to provide a quick update. So you may recall from my last video, I talked about where to send cards, SGC versus PSA, and what types of cards I'm sending where. And in the previous mail day we did, I had a number of cards that I planned to send off to SGC. So I wanted to just provide a quick update. I sent through 5 cards to SGC on the $30 20 to 25 business day tier. On July 8th, I submitted them. I shipped them off. They were received in SGC system on July 12th, and they were graded and shipped back July 14th, which was yesterday. So today's Friday, July 15th, and there's a chance they will reach me tomorrow on Saturday, but more likely Monday the 18th. So even still, that would be a 10-day door-to-door turnaround for 5 cards. I don't know if that would be different for obviously more cards, but pretty insane turnarounds with SGC happening right now. I think between SGC's turnarounds and PSA's lower service tier or lower price tier, just great things for the hobby, great things for us as collectors and investors. And yeah, look for a future SGC reveal probably sometime next week. So without further ado, let's hop into today's video. What I'm going to be talking about today is kind of reviewing some of the PWCC auction results. So the last few weeks I've been much more involved in tracking and bidding on the PWCC auctions. And if you're not familiar, basically every week on Sunday, PWCC has auctions for a number of cards where people can add cards to the auctions during the week. And then all the auctions close at the same time. So at 7 p.m. Pacific time, they enter what's known as extended bidding. So everyone who's bid on the card before that time can keep bidding on the card. So what I've been doing is taking part in that, and then I've been reviewing some of the results after the fact. And I wanted to just run through some of those results with you today because I think they're pretty interesting and pretty thought-provoking. And I'll give my thoughts kind of on what I think about the different cards and the different player comparisons. So high level, early disclaimer, not financial advice. This is for entertainment and comparison purposes only. Not trying to pump or dump anything. I will disclose any holdings. I do hold one of these cards in a very low quality, but not trying to sell it or pump it or anything like that. And this is really just meant to be thought-provoking and stimulate discussion. So with that, let's hop into these comparisons. So I have them split into 3 different categories. The first one I call the high output striker, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So we have Erling Haaland. This is the 2019 Topps Chrome Champions League Sapphire Edition, PSA 10. You can see it has the rookie logo down there in the bottom right corner. He's in his Dortmund kit, which is kind of confusing for it being a rookie logo, given that he was at Salzburg before that. But 2019 PSA 10 went for $690 a couple of weeks ago at auction. And obviously Haaland is a top modern, hype prospect, one of the, biggest hyped players in the world. So obviously he's going to command a pretty high price in an auction for a card like this. Let's, compare him to a more historical high output striker, Gerd Muller. This is his 1965 Bergman in a PSA 3. You can see that this went for $552 on the same day. And if we compare these two players, so the Haaland is a pop 851, which is not insane, but for, especially compared to more of a vintage card like the Muller, it's quite a bit higher. The thing that gets tricky here is that Haaland has 152 different 2019 variations of cards, in addition to his, rookie stickers and things like that. So even if you were to accept this as his rookie, which many do, I'm not saying it's not a rookie, it's just that he has a lot of different options and alternatives for rookie cards. He is a top prospect, so like I said, he's going to generate a lot of hype and command a high price for these higher-end cards, such as Topps Chrome Sapphire. Gerd Muller, on the other hand, this card is a pop 34, and basically it's a pop 11 in a PSA 3. 23 graded higher, so there's 34 that you can get in a PSA 3 grade or higher, is the way that I look at that. This is his only rookie card, so he doesn't have any alternatives. This is like the rookie card for Gerd Muller, and he is a consensus top 10 to 20 player of all time and one of the greatest strikers of all time. There's really no arguments there. So it's just interesting to look at his rookie card Granted, in a lower grade, but a much more scarce card in any grade, selling for $552, a pretty big discount to the Holland that sold for $690. You know, I think the argument you can make for the Holland is that there's probably not as high of a population out of the 152 variations. Like, this is probably a higher end version, but even still, there's 851 of this single card, whereas the Muller, there's, you know, not even 5% of that. So moving on to what I'll call the dynamic striker. So we have Kylian Mbappe. This is the 2018 Panini Prizm World Cup base PSA 10. This is like the most run-of-the-mill soccer card during like the card market boom. This is like the face of the soccer card market boom, basically. Sold for $300 a couple weeks ago still. So this is still selling for, you know, not an insignificant amount of money. You compare that to the 1968 Vanderhoot Johan Cruyff. This is a PSA 3 again, sold for right around $300 as well. And this is the card that I do own a raw copy of this card, but I'm planning to just get it graded and hold on to it. And honestly, it's nowhere near PSA 3 quality, so I'm not trying to pump or dump any of that. But just interesting to see, again, two, we'll call them like similar players from very different eras, selling for similar prices. The Mbappe Prizm PSA 10 base is a 3,505 pop, which is kind of wild, at least for soccer cards. I mean, it's nothing compared to like Zion Williamson rookie cards, but that's a lot of rookie cards. This is also not his rookie card, so, you know, for a rookie card, that would be a lot. This is not really even his rookie card. He has 45 different 2017 variations, and you could argue this is his World Cup debut card, but really what I think happened is it's Prizm. It was the most recent World Cup when everybody got into the soccer card market, and Mbappe was, you know, it was his first World Cup card, and so it started to be recognized, or at least assumed or understood as like a rookie card, even though I would not consider this Mbappe's rookie card. And in addition to this, he has World Cup 2018 rookies, or, you know, stickers. So, you know, would you consider those rookie stickers? I wouldn't. So Mbappe did win the World Cup with France in 2018. He is obviously a consensus top 3 to 5 player in the world, depending on how you want to measure that. I mean, he is one of the brightest talents in world soccer, so there's no, you know, no question why even his most basic cards are still commanding a relatively large price. On the other hand, Johan Cruyff, this card is a pop 61. There's 10 in a PSA 3, 51 higher. Also not his rookie card. He has some earlier cards. This is his first card from Holland, and he is Dutch, so there is some significance there. Kind of similar to Mbappe, I guess, having this Prizm be his first World Cup card, and having, you know, they won the World Cup. But basically just wanted to compare two non-rookie cards. And Cruyff is one of the greatest players in soccer history. Top 3, top 5, however you want to look at it. I've seen some places where people argue he's the best. Just completely changed the game of soccer. One of the most influential and important players in history. And there's only 61 of this card, and you can get it for the same price as a Mbappe PSA 10 base. So just something to think about there. And then finally, this will be my last comparison, just comparing, I'll call it Iniesta versus quote-unquote Iniesta. So we have Andres Iniesta, 2002 Mundi Chromo, PSA 9 rookie, sold for $420 a couple of weeks ago. And then we also have the 2020 Topps Chrome Champions League for Pedri. This is the purple mini diamond refractor in PSA 9, sold about a month ago for $216. And the 2020 Finest Champions League speckle refractor in PSA 10, sold about a month ago for $228. So for the same price, you could get one Iniesta rookie or two rookie speckle diamond refractors of the next Iniesta, Pedri, who's, you know, obviously a great young player in his own right. So comparing the two, this Iniesta is a pop 87. There's 75 in a 9 and 12 in a 10. This is his only rookie card, similar to the other examples we looked at. He's, you know, recognized as one of the greatest midfielders in history. And yeah, this is just a great card. It's actually got, you know, great eye appeal there with the white border. Just a, you know, pretty awesome card there in the old Barcelona kit. Pedri, these two cards are technically low pop in that there's not many of them graded. They are serial numbered for what that's worth. The purple to 250 and the speckle to 175. However, the problem with Pedri, as I talked about in a prior video, is he has over 250 different rookie cards. So between different variations and different sets, even if you were to say that he is, an ideal investment, it's like, which one do you choose, right? He's obviously a highly touted prospect. He was recently given Iniesta's old number 8 at Barcelona, and basically is, going to be the next big Barcelona midfielder. But as you can see, big discrepancy in scarcity between the cards, even though the prices are relatively the same. So what are the takeaways here? Just want to kind of provide some high-level thoughts of what I think this is saying, or what I'm taking away from these price comparisons. It's clear that ultra modern is still capturing a lot of the market's attention. I think there's a number of different factors for that. I think part of it is just I'll call it the relative immaturity of the market. And I don't mean that people are immature. I just mean that the soccer card market is still more in its infancy than other markets, so that even the casual fans who are dipping their toes into it, they're starting with ultra modern. They're starting with the players that they know. They're starting with the players that are the most hyped right now. And I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the premiums put on some of these prospects like Pedri and the more established young players like Haaland and Mbappe, because I think people think that, I think the thought process there is that people are investing while they're young, and if they turn into these all-time greats, they will sort of ride the rocket ship up from that standpoint. I think for a number of reasons that may or may not actually pan out, even if the players themselves pan out, but that's probably a topic for another video altogether. It seems like vintage and pre-modern are still undervalued, at least, and especially vintage, but at least relative to ultra-modern. So it's possible that vintage and pre-modern are undervalued. It's possible that ultra-modern is overvalued. It's possible that they're both, it's somewhere in the middle, and that's probably, the most likely case. But either way, it basically creates a market inefficiency. And anytime we have market inefficiencies, we obviously have to do more digging to figure out what the cause of them is and what the truth is. So in this case, is it that vintage is undervalued, or is it that ultra modern is overvalued? And once we figure that out, that will present an opportunity for us to find value. And depending on your goals in the soccer market, that might be an interesting opportunity for you. That being said, it's clear that buyers right now would rather spend money chasing short-term upside. So they'd rather invest in prospects, hoping that they get a big transfer, or become the next sort of top 5 player in the world, versus banking on what I would call likely guaranteed long-term returns by investing in someone like Gerd Muller, right? And I'm not telling you to invest in Gerd Muller. I'm just saying that's the type of investment where his legacy is already set in stone. He doesn't have a lot of cards. I mean, not just him, but all of those types of players. And it's not as exciting because you can't really like prospect and watch and see them rise and see them fall. It's more they're already established, and you kind of put money there and hold it, and check it again in a few years. But it's clear that people, buyers in the soccer market, at least the majority of them would rather spend their money on the short-term upside, which everyone has their own prerogative and everyone can do what they want with their money. That's just, I would say, my observation so far. And it really all comes down to opportunity costs. If you have $500 to spend on Erling Haaland or Gerd Muller, for example, if you spend it in one, you can't spend it in the other. Like, generally speaking, spending $1 on player A means you can't spend $1 on player B. And I think we're seeing that play out. And like I said in the previous bullet, it seems as though that money is flowing more towards the ultra modern prospects looking for maybe a short-term flip or short-term upside. And ultimately, this provides an opportunity for any of us to kind of zig when the market zags. I think it's always good to have a good pulse on like what's happening in the market, identify these potential opportunities, and then put some data and investment hypothesis behind them to then have conviction to make to take a stand or invest in someone or buy something that you believe in. And yeah, I think it's just, like I said, I think that's what's exciting about the soccer card market, that it's not clear cut. There's not one way to do it. There's different ways to do it. There's different opportunities, and it's just all about, what makes you excited and where you want to spend your money. So that's kind of all I thought, that's kind of all I had to say about that. I just wanted to compare those, give some thoughts around them. I thought they were super interesting, just given the similar price points. And yeah, I mean, I'll kind of leave it there for today. But if you like this, let me know. Give this video a like and comment if you like this sort of comparisons. Like, I'm happy to do this every month or even every few weeks, just because I think it's interesting to look and see how the market's trending and which players are selling similar to other players and which cards are, potentially undervalued or overvalued, or, just where the market's attention is. I think it's super interesting to think about. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more in the future. Like I said, I'll likely have a SGC reveal coming in the next several days. And until then, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.